FYP Production.
She fell in love with the bad guy, but she loves my intentions. And nothing feels better than the moment we're sinning, no. Nothing feels better than the moment we're kissing. I say I'll love her for forever, in the morning forget her. She was raised under money, growing up she couldn't see the poor. Save my number in her phone under me or more. Look me in my eyes and ask what I need her for. So in this game of life, she just might keep a score. And darkness is clouding my judgment. Marijuana clouds cause the loud is so pungent. But me, I haven't touched a drug since that trait of white. I live my life before the fight like I'm Dana White. The block is hot like that boy band with Nick Lachey. Hold my heart in your hands like a Fabergé. Precious. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living like the devil couldn't catch us. Life.
Good evening.
Oh yeah, I do the intro. I dead forgot. I was like, why aren't they talking? I wasn't supposed to be here, so my brain's not in go mode. My bad. Yeah. Welcome back. And if this is your first time, then allow me to welcome you to the YSO podcast. This is Youth Speak Out podcast by the youth, for the youth, being a voice to the youth and giving a voice to the youth. You already know what it is, man. It's your MC. You see my name, St. Even, Emmanuel Lyons, the GOAT, man of many traits, hats, faces, Arya Stark, all that. You know, they call me many things out here in these streets. And, you know what I mean? And introduce the rest of these co-hosts.
Oh, that's a good character. The Stark legend. I just might change my name, but never mind. What up, black people? We back yet again with another YSO podcast episode. It's your boy Jake from State Farm. We have a
Who are you tonight?
Jake from State Farm.
Okay. What's up, Jake from State Farm?
All right, so this is how this came about, right? So when I logged on to the StreamYard, it still said Anakin Skywalker. I think I came up with that one off the blue. I came up with this one off the blue because I got on the red hoodie and I was like, oh, it looks like State Farm. So,
are you wearing khakis?
No, sweatpants.
Oh.
Khakis.
Okay. Hi everybody, it's Ashton.
It's your boy Drew. You know who it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everybody. What's up? How y'all doing? This is your CEO, your visionary, Amber Lyons. Thank you for being in the house with us tonight. No titles, just vibes. We're here to have a good time. So thank you for everybody that tuned in, everybody that will tune in. Please like, invite, and share the broadcast. Yeah, let's get this word out that the YSO team is back on the net tonight. Let's get it popping.
Know that.
Yeah. So, you know, it's been a minute. We've been gone for like a month. And so there's a lot of ground to cover. The reason why we weren't here last go around was because our regular scheduled date fell on the national holiday of Thanksgiving, and we were not going to pull ourselves nor you all, our viewers, away from your families, friends, loved ones, or if you did it, you know what I mean, quarantine style, just you in your home, whoever you were with, we weren't going to pull you away from that. So we forewent having that broadcast, and so that leads to, of course, us being, you know, gone for a month. And what has been gone for a month, like I said, there's a lot of grounds to cover. So first things first, I guess, not how did everybody spend their Thanksgiving, or do you even celebrate Thanksgiving? Because that was a bit of a, I guess, controversy, if you will, this year, with even just using the term Thanksgiving and celebrating the holiday at face value. So how did that go for you all?
Ashley, you can go first.
Um, it was different because my granddad didn't come this year, understandably, but we missed him. But other than that, it was good. Ate good food, relaxed, slept. It's nice.
Well, which one of you want to go?
Great option.
I can go. The rest of us were all in the exact same place.
Yep.
Doing the exact same thing. We ate food, talked, fellowshiped. It wasn't just us four; it was our family at large, and so that led to like maybe 15 of us or so.
A little bit less than that, like 12, including the
Oh, okay.
because
Sure.
we didn't have a lot of people. Janelle didn't come. JJ's mom did show up. I don't even know.
Are you counting the children?
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Oh, well, okay.
I remember counting. My mom was saying that we were short a chair because Trey and Miss Ivy were supposed to be coming, and that was including the children, and that was like I want to say like 12 on the dot without them or something like that. But you probably right off the top of my head.
Is that true?
Possible. I am using it on my computer.
But yeah, like they said, we were all together. We were missing a couple people. Mother Dear didn't come this year. I was kind of sad about that. But other than that, the majority of the family was there. So yeah.
Yep.
Maybe
Thanksgiving was a blessing, even though, like my family said, my son and my nephews already said that some of us weren't able to be together this year due to restrictions of travel with COVID-19 and things of them requesting families to keep their gatherings smaller, things of that nature. We try to also keep one another safe and, use precautions beforehand. So, but the day itself was a blessing. Enjoyed ourselves. We had good food, good fun, and good fellowship with the family as usual. It was just a blessing to be able to just be thankful and grateful. Another holiday, even though it was a little different this year. We made the best out of the situation. Okay. So I also that weekend was awarded with the Black I Am Awards, World Changer Youth Advocate Award, which was a big honor and a big blessing. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Thank you. That, when your work is being recognized on a global level, it is amazing. And I'm also going to be honored this coming month on December 27th with the She Exists Network Global Leadership Award. And I'll be a youth speaker at that. It's in a conference and awards that's be virtual. So anybody want to join me, you can register for free on Eventbrite. I'm excited and honored to have She Exists and Janelle Harris recognize my work. So as a leader in the community and globally. So I am so excited. And we closing out 2020 strong, closing out strong. So yeah, and I celebrated my birthday. Woo! I celebrated my birthday December the 4th and all last weekend. So it's been a big celebratory time since Thanksgiving for me. It's just one big celebration. It keeps rolling on. So I'm really in a good place right now. I'm excited. And looking to vibe out with you guys tonight and see what tonight's going to bring. What kind of vibes y'all got tonight?
all right. So all of the formalities are out the way. Let's get right to it. All right. We could skip the Grammy noms because I think we all have the same opinions about the snubs and stuff because it happens every year. I want to get right to the current state of hip hop, right? So while we were away, if you guys are not aware, two, can you say prominent? I guess you can say prominent. Rappers,
Well-known.
one being G Herbo and another one being Casanova. One was hit with a RICO case, which is Casanova, and the other one was hit with a, what was it, fraud case? Scamming, I guess he was doing.
Yeah, federal fraud.
He was. Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, no. So it's fraud, but he was apparently allegedly they were using identities of other people to like go on vacations and do things of luxury. So technically it wasn't like scamming, but like basically.
That's literally what scammers do.
Yeah.
They use other people's identity to do things with luxury.
Okay, so here, he pleaded not guilty to participating in a scheme to use stolen credit card information to pay for things like luxury vacations, rentals, and designer puppies.
Scamming.
Yes. The designer puppies was a big one.
What is a designer puppy?
Like them French
It's a
bulldogs?
designer puppy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It's like the Balenciaga puppies.
What?
They mad expensive. And then we got Casanova, who has a FBI RICO case, and they reportedly used his social media and one of his Vlad interviews, among other things, to indict him on RICO charges. So my question to you guys is, why do you think when rappers get on, they teeter on the fence? They have like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Why not just, completely leave your own life behind and engulf yourself in music?
Please let me start. 3 reasons. Number one, and this is very true, like in the sense of like a Casanova. Regardless of how far you make it in life, you are still not only a product of where you come from, but a product of the identity you've made, right? You look at somebody like Nipsey Hussle, was prominent, making money off his music, huge. He was known as a leader, mentally thinking on another wavelength. And yet, you ask Nipsey, first and foremost, he's 6'0" Crip.
Yeah.
Because you can't just, I'm on and I could claim the gang, and it's not saying you got to still be involved in the gang life, but you are a gang member, you are a gang banger. And those relationships, those are still the most important and prominent people in your life. That those areas are still the most important and prominent areas in your life. And so leaving that life behind is particularly difficult, no matter how great your intention is to, just because that's the identity you built. That's who you are. So that's one reason. Another reason, and this is probably the most real reason, these rappers are not making as much money as they want you to believe. Okay? I'm not coming for Herbo or Cass's pockets. I'm sure both of them have more in their accounts on any given day than I do on payday. However, these rappers are very good at lying about and flexing when it comes to the life that they're making, specifically when it comes to the money they're making from rap. You'll see a lot of these you'll see times on Instagram where you end up on a rapper page, or you see a rapper on a blog site doing spreads, big bags, big, mad cash, and you're like, I've never heard of you. Yet neither has anyone else. They're in these streets. They're selling drugs. They're scamming. They're doing X, Y, and Z. I'm not cooperating with the federals, okay? But a lot of these people are not. When you look at the music industry, majority of the money comes from merch, touring, and endorsement deals.
Right.
A lot of these dudes can't sell out their own tour, headlining. A lot of these dudes could barely do a spot date tour where they don't even hit every major city in America. Like, the fact of the matter is, they got the lifestyle, and you see the chains, you see the money, you see the cars, you see the clothes. But
most of those are gifts, by the way.
But the fact of the matter is, the way they're not eating off of rap the way you would believe, especially when it comes to when you're looking at social media. So someone who is touching bread a lot in the streets isn't gonna be like I'm gonna leave the streets behind because now I'm a rapper when they're maybe making less money off rap. Excuse me? I'm gonna keep touching bread because that's what I do. I get to it. I'm not gonna stop getting to it because I'm a rapper now. And if I get to it more off of whatever we doing on that end, then I'm gonna keep doing whatever I'm doing on that end. So that has another big role to play in it. And then the third is, and I don't think this is the case with Cass or G Herbo, but this is the case with a lot of rappers. These Negroes are stupid. They dumb. The life is addicting. You know, Mitch said it. I feel like one of them ball players. If I leave, they still gonna love me, man. Like, you get entrenched in that, it's very difficult to leave. And so I think those are the three main reasons why we see rappers get caught up on charges of this nature. I'm not talking about drugs or even guns, you know. A lot of the times those are situations that make sense and they just got caught up. But when you see situations like this, you know, there was another RICO case for way more local, but this group that was like rapping out of Massachusetts, out of the hood of Massachusetts, their whole set got hit with a RICO because they was in that life for real. They was really out here doing it, you know, dealing, stealing, killing, and those are the reasons why we see a lot of that, in my opinion.
Facts.
Wow.
100%. Everything he just said was a fact. The things that a lot of people, especially people who are regular and don't understand that most of what you see on TV, any of that type of stuff is funded for the same reason that, say, if little Jimmy out in Louisiana, who's, you know what I'm saying, whatever sets are out there, is doing whatever he's doing, but somehow, some way he pops off. You know what I'm saying? Now the same label that signed so-and-so and so-and-so, 2, 3, 4 people on their roster who you might see them on Instagram with a car, with a new chain, with this, that, and the third, but 9 times, like Blueface is a perfect example. In Blueface's Breakfast Club interview, when they started asking him about his car, about his chain, about his deal, he didn't know much except for the fact that 1 and 2 was not in his name and that he was signed to more than just one label. He didn't even know how many times he was signed over. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of, like Emmanuel said, a lot of these folks just don't know. And if you're a kid, and you can be an adult and mentally still be a child. So of course their mentality is not, okay, I'm trying to think to preserve myself in this industry so that way I can make money only legit through music, because of the fact that literally they're not making as much as they thought they would. So now, okay, they got a car that's not in their name, they got this, but it's like, all right, I'm still making this much money on the back end. So not only am I good in the street, I'm fine, because now I can, you feel me? Now most people know about me, so now I can do this, and this, and I could probably get away with it. So, yeah, you're right.
I don't know. My only thought was that maybe it's because they're conditioned to do that type of thing. Like, if you've grown up in Louisiana and you've been or you've had to work to make money your whole life, just because you got a little bit more doesn't want to make you stop. You just want to keep going because you don't want to go back to where you came from.
I agree, but I thought it was interesting. People, they forget that when people get hit with RICO charges, it's not just something that happened overnight. Like, they've been watching you for months and months and months, building a case until they finally think that they have enough to prosecute you in court and win. Now, both Casanova and G Herbo are maintaining their innocence. I believe G Herbo is actually home, but it just came, I think this was today, that his child's mother is revealed to be a federal witness in the case, and she has been told to not be in contact with him, which I also thought was very interesting.
So how does that they have a whole pit together though?
Somebody can look at it.
that's what's interesting about it. Because if you're co-parenting, as they are, you have to be in contact because G Herbo lives in Chicago and LA, and Ari lives in Atlanta. So it's she probably frequents Memphis because of her current boyfriend. But I just think it's
I don't know.
that's an interesting. It's an
I thought
interesting.
Moneybagg lived here.
He did. He might. I don't know. I don't know where these rappers be frequent. I just found out today that G Herbo's real name is Herbert, but that's neither here nor there.
Herbert Williams.
You are late. What are you talking
And Emmanuel have like discussed Herbo on here before, and we have named all three of his names: G Herbo, Lil Herb, and the fact that his name is Herbert. So like, I don't know how you just now find that out. That's funny.
And I also thought it was interesting that we already knew that Vlad was the feds, but the fact that FBI used his social media and his Vlad interview, it just stamped the fact that please stop going to Vlad and speak. I don't blame Vlad because when I watched the Surf interview, he fishes, and if you're not witty enough to weave around and retort in a manner where you won't get yourself caught up, then you're going to,
I think it more has to do with the fact that some idiots have that pride. You know what I'm saying? A lot of gangsters who understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna talk to you about stuff I didn't do with you. Like, of course they understand. Why would I tell anybody what I did out here if I don't know them and they were not in the car with me or they were not a part of the act with me? Why would I tell anybody that?
Mm-hmm.
And so once they sit in this seat and they got somebody talking about, so I heard you got shot before. Would you like to explain the reason why you got shot? If they're not immediately, if this isn't okay, you're a police officer. Well, he's not a police officer. If they're not immediately in their mind, I'm not finna answer any type of question because this could be used against me in court. They're just stupid.
But I don't think he was thinking about it at that point.
But you should be thinking about it if you know that was illegal.
First of all, were all of them that takes place in New York, right?
You said what?
The place where he holds his interviews is in New York, right?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that state specifically has a law where they say that they can use certain things like that in court cases. Just how the issue with Megan and her friend decided to make a record about it in Texas, lyrics is a very viable use for evidence. So you might not necessarily need to know the law, but you should know that once it's on the internet, it's literally free game. There's a law for free use, and I can take that and use it in any way, shape, or form I want to, and it's not necessarily copyrighted because of the fact of the free use law. So for a young man to sit there and know all he knows, and literal one of I'm pretty sure every street gang has it. You're not supposed to tell. That's literally the number one rule. If you get caught, you're not supposed to tell. So
yeah, he was telling Vlad how many people he stabbed in prison and stuff. I'm just like, bro, shut up.
I will say this. I'll say this. Number one, a lot of people, criminals in general, regardless of whether they're in gangs or if they turn into rappers, whatever it is, a lot of criminals in general do not operate with the criminal prowess and mastermindism that we would like to attribute to them. So an example is I've been in the room with people who one by one told very illegal stories. Like one person said theirs, and they just went down the line. And then I talked about stealing a candy bar so that I could be amidst the fluff because I wasn't going to not say anything. And at the time, I was just into petty theft at bodegas and Targets. And so, and the things I heard were not, of that ilk. They were real deal crimes. So certain people aren't operating with the, what we do, quiet. And some dude is ready to tell all of their war stories the moment the treats is in the building. Because we know the girls, they gonna start choosing if they think I'm this and the third. They talking about the 30 got with them and 5 of their homies each got a body with the same pistol and it's just in the car. Like she's trustworthy. She ain't even verified on Instagram. She just I don't even. So that's one thing. I just think a lot of times it's like Surf said, if you're not witty and aware enough to recognize you're being baited, you can fall into that easily because you're used to telling your war stories or talking about whatever. Another thing is some of these things may be, as the person who's telling it is speaking, considered common knowledge by their account, right? So for example, I know everybody knows the famous clip of Lil Baby when he was in his Vlad interview. This is years ago before he was the #1 rapper on the planet. And he was talking about how he got into a fight with a dude
in prison.
In prison. Now that's a crime. Fighting in prison is a crime, but that's he's out. That's just a common knowledge occurrence. He was telling about it. He didn't get leery until Vlad said it was a white dude. And he was like, that's not a common detail
Exactly.
to this common knowledge. And so that's when he slowed up. You see the same thing with the Pee Wee Longway interview. And so if I'm telling about something that just happened, and I know, like the people know this just happened, and I'm just talk, not thinking, I could get jammed up because of this. And it's unfortunate because Vlad's gonna maintain his innocence, but I'm almost sure that beyond just New York feds doing their diligence of watching his interviews and logging what people say, I'm confident in my heart of hearts that he's involved. And his name probably ain't on a single sheet of paper, but them unnamed COs, them random tip informants,
that is definitely on him.
That's that DJ Vlad vibe.
You could just tell by some of the questions that he asks. It's like it's not a question you would ask in an interview. Like, why do you want to know how many people somebody has stabbed in prison? Why do you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these questions, and then Cass was like, yeah, I stabbed maybe like 3 or 4, maybe more than that. But it's like, yo,
what do you gain?
Exactly. It's like when Surf told Calico to be quiet when he said his dad. Like, yo, be quiet. Be quiet. But prayers to both of those gentlemen because these are very serious charges, and I think Casanova is facing life in prison.
He is.
Life?
Life. Yep.
Wow.
If he's convicted, he probably won't serve the rest of his life in prison. But by the time he gets out, we'll probably have like kids in high school.
I saw a thing where it's like a life sentence is technically only 25 years.
Right.
No, it's 65 years.
65?
Yeah, a life sentence is 65 years or 75, depending on your state.
Dang.
And then, but most people who get a life sentence don't serve life. The only time you really end up serving life is if you get life without parole. Now, he is eligible to get the sentence of life without eligibility of parole, and that means you have a life sentence and you have to serve the whole thing. You will never be eligible to get parole. Most people, no matter what their sentence is, seldom serve the entirety of their sentence. There's just so many complicated rules, time served and percentages and et cetera, et cetera. But if that without eligibility of parole is on the end, I'll get ready to sit down for whatever that number is.
And then I think I neglected to mention, as rappers, they're targets. Like, nobody really knows who's in. What gang is Casanova in? I'm not gonna say it. The
Gorilla Stone Nation.
Them people. We don't know.
Excuse me. Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation.
Well, he just got touched. Oh. But exactly my point. Like, nobody really knows who's in this gang, but we know who you are. And did y'all see the little interview of the lady was like when they was asking her who she know or who she dealt with,
Yeah.
She said, like, I dealt with such and such, and then she was like, well, I dealt with Casanova, and it was like, is that his real name? She was like, I don't know. Like, you're easily identifiable. But moving on.
Wait, real quick.
Go ahead.
A life sentence is 25 years.
Okay.
It's not 25 years in certain states, and it's basically like all the states where the death penalty still exists. It's longer in those states for some reason.
Of course it is.
Speaking
not
of
all of them, but like a lot of them.
Opinion on capital punishment?
Capital punishment.
Wait.
I don't think the government should have the right to directly end a life. So I'm always going to be against anyone, even people who I'm like, that person deserves to get killed. I don't think it should be the government's place and the judicial system's place to ever do that. As a matter of fact, I think that's the last entity that should ever do that. Like, if someone like, I don't know, say someone like molests like someone's child, right? That's the type of person where people be sick. They'd be like, man, if I get them, I'm gonna end their life, right? If their family kills them, I'll be like, pardons to the family, you know. But if like they get sentenced to it and get executed, I'm like, I don't agree.
Wow. That's very wild. Yeah.
I agree, but then I also contradict myself sometimes because it's like, you know, when we have these domestic terrorists or just terrorists, period, it's like, how much time is enough time for a life taken?
None.
That's my point. But then again, does this person deserve to lose their life or taking a life? So I go back and forth with it. But
technically, the Bible says yes.
Yeah, you're right. But if you repent, though,
our job to do it.
Right. It's not.
Right.
Well, even if you repent, you still committed the sin. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, like, and the wage for sin is death. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Jesus exists is the good reason why we be like, my bad, I ain't gonna do that again, and we do it.
If that's the case, I'd have died a long time ago.
Exactly. A lot of people,
A long time ago.
They're all not perfect. But in the sense of, just like Emmanuel said, the government, I realized the other day that a lot of people in the government were born in like the 60s.
Yeah.
80-year-old, 70-year-old.
David Perdue was born in the 40s.
Yes.
Well, he look it.
He definitely.
He looked like he about to die, to be honest.
Like all of these people make
look like a Klansman. I swear he a Grand Wizard, man.
And these are the people making decisions on our body. Like, no, that's the ideals that those people were born into. Like, Black people literally can't time travel because of the fact that no matter where we go in history, we're always being
it's always going to crash.
That's like, a fact, though. Like, it's not funny, but it's funny, but it's true.
I'd still do it, but like not to stay.
Facts.
Just to see.
I just pop in for like a few hours.
The second I hear, hey boy,
a minute, cause no.
Omnitrix.
So when I first heard about this, I thought they were talking about Amory, the it's this one thing that got me tripping. I was like, what? She did what? But then I was educated to know that it was Anne Marie, who was, I guess, a rapper in Chicago.
Yeah, up and coming. She like rap. She sing more than she rap out here, but I don't know because I don't listen to her.
Well, she never about to see the light because
I don't know why I thought Anne Marie was Addison Rae. So like for some reason, Addison Rae was like her name was like floating around at the same time as that, and I think it was because Lil Yachty had said something about her.
What is she famous for?
Addison Rae's a TikToker.
Being white.
Also, yes, being white.
Because I seen that Kylie call her, and I was like, wait a minute, who?
Yeah, and for this whole time, I'm thinking like, does anybody care that a white lady shot her boyfriend in the head? And then I realized, this is a Black individual, one, and then she's also very prominent in hip hop.
Ex-boyfriend, by the way. Ex-boyfriend.
Yes, yeah.
All I got to say about this is all these women out here screaming, free her, or I'm Anne Marie, or I'm this. 3 weeks ago, y'all was trying to crucify Tory. So
They still are.
and they still are. So like, this is just another one of those things. Like, so many women are hypocrites, and if it's one thing, it's okay to be evil about it. But if it's another thing,
I seen a tweet that said,
He didn't die though, did he?
nah, thank God.
he did
Nah,
not
yeah, he's
die?
still alive.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
that's
still alive. So it's a dub for her because her story is that the gun fell off the dresser
And shot him.
and shot him. And when he wake up, he good to go and talk. He about to put her down, boy.
Oh no.
I seen a tweet that said, I'm
Did
Anne Marie,
I
not
wonder if she
Jada.
said that before she knew he was
Yeah,
alive.
that tweet is doing
did she
numbers.
catch him like in the act? Like, was he actually?
I don't think it was in the act, but I think she did catch him in a way that was like non-explainable.
Right.
You know?
Like, it wasn't in 4K. It was in 1080p.
But
Yeah.
were they not? I thought they weren't together though.
Nah, it wasn't.
I think they weren't, but I think she like found like she basically like concretely found out that he was cheating or like something to that esque, and then decided how she wanted to handle that was with gunplay.
And I mean,
She woke up and chose violence.
Chicago, not to they react with. So
That's wild.
I would not.
Crazy.
I wanted to talk about the little baby situation, but we're not gonna talk about that. At least not on air.
Mm.
We
It's alleged though. We don't really know if
It's not. You didn't see his rant on Twitter?
It's not alleged.
Did you see his rant on Twitter that he deleted?
I was trying to help him out.
That man admitted guilt. He said, it's. I mean,
he definitely.
when it comes to that, it don't matter because Jada's not leaving him. So
Yeah, he's never gonna leave him. So why does everybody care anymore? Just let them do what they do in peace. Whatever.
I wouldn't say she's never gonna leave him. I just don't think she's ever gonna leave him for cheating.
Oh, most definitely.
Like she probably has a line, and cheating just probably isn't it for when it comes to her
I just
and
feel like,
Dominique's relationship.
Exactly. But I feel like for him, since we already here, I feel like for him as who he is, he shouldn't have to pay for what he paid for.
Well, he was paying a porn star,
But
so she
still,
gonna get her bag regardless.
like it's women out there that look way better than she do. They
But
might not
have
be
you
able to-
seen
they
what
might
she do?
the services that she does.
He paid her for a service.
He did
And
not
I
pay
think he
her
got that
for
service
what she
well.
looked like.
Exactly.
He did not pay her for what she looked like.
At
We
all.
all have seen the video by accident. Okay, none of us did it on purpose, but we all seen the video by accident. Okay, we saw what she was capable of. He was not paying her for what she looked like. She looked like the hormone monster.
Oh my god!
The hormone monster looks better than her. Don't do that.
Oh Lord!
Being real, she like
Don't do that.
she along that she got them same
Oh
type,
my gosh,
but that's
Hey, it's-
not what he was. What he
it's
was
lit
going.
here.
It's funny though. The
But
funniest is the fact that I heard that there was a non-disclosure agreement. But if there's a
Well-
non-disclosure agreement, he can now sue her for that money.
Yeah.
Get
He
it back.
can.
I
You
don't
can
think
get
he
that back plus more.
he
facts.
can.
I don't know.
She
If
was a clown for that.
I don't know how true that was. She most definitely was a clown for that.
Well,
Like,
I don't
that-
think because he didn't receive the services because she was supposed to keep quiet. Like you don't pay a woman to leave; you pay her to be quiet.
Now you pay.
Well, I think she said, I got the bag. I can do what I want now. And she claimed when she was tweeting all of that stuff that she was like drunk and all of that. And I just think that was bad moves on her part. Cause
Yeah.
That's bad business, like Baby said. That's bad business.
like you said, yeah, that's bad business.
I gotta tell the
Lose
world.
money. She about to lose money all over the place. They're not gonna want to mess with her no more.
16,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I think it was 6K. I don't think it was 16.
Yeah, it was 6. He said he would never pay 16. It was 6.
Okay. Well, I mean, still.
6K to him.
That's
ain't-
still
Cause
a
I
lot.
was wondering. I was like 16K.
That's
That's such a specific number.
and that's
Mm.
way too high for any porn star to be asking. If you think about it, porn stars don't make that much money. Porn stars make it probably, if we're in relation to like how rappers make, to like how Megan made what 15 mil off of the 80 she gave her label. The same with porn stars. Porn stars do not make any money.
Wait. She got 15 out of 80.
Yes. That's what you remember when there was like that whole issue where she was like trying to talk to her manager about like redoing her deal and this, that, and the third. That was when she had figured that out, that she made 15 million out of 80.
That's ridiculous.
Very ridiculous.
So the last
typical.
Very typical, yeah, of course.
I wonder how much Roddy made off of the box, because he made the label 6 million.
Probably one.
Off of one song. I doubt it. I don't even think he got 1 mil off of that.
Wow.
Off the box, yeah, he probably didn't touch an M off it.
That's
ridiculous.
He said he made 20 M's.
Probably like
no, yeah, I believe he made 20 M's this year.
Streaming his if he got merch out there, I know for a fact he was doing stuff. He was moving, performing in places, you know, doing them live shows with like full instruments in
yeah. I watched that on YouTube. That was lit.
Yeah, that boy. I know he eating. You feel me? It's probably he just smart though. You know, Roddy was learning from Nip, so you know he cripping too.
That he is. So the last topic in the hip hop arena, the rapper A Boogie, he is now free also, but he was arrested on gun charges. I believe he was at a club celebrating his birthday, and they got into an accident. And while they were exchanging insurance information, an argument broke out, and then somebody started shooting. And I think that's how the police got the warrant to search his house, and they found 3 guns and some weed. And him, his manager, and one of his friends were arrested, but they are now free.
Okay.
And they are being charged with. Isn't weed legal in New Jersey though?
In Jersey?
I don't know.
In Jersey, I believe so.
Well, he has been charged with illegal gun and drug possession, and illegal possession of a gun with a high capacity magazine.
Oh, so he had a good.
Yeah,
you can't have those in Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you can't.
You can't even have those in Georgia, which is strange because you can buy them at a gun range.
You could buy a lot of things that you're not supposed to have.
True. Very true.
So, but yeah, prayers to Boogie, prayers to G Herbo, and prayers to Casanova. Also, prayers to the family of the young man that was shot, and prayers to Anne Marie because she gonna need them. Moving along, the Meek Mill situation. Did y'all see the video?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
So my question for Meek and to y'all would be: is why post that? Like, it's not gonna do you any good. Like, you're giving $20 to 8 kids.
Because people post everything they do.
Now, I mean, I am a firm believer in, not counting people's pockets and telling them what they should do with their money. You spend it how you want. But I feel like for Meek, that was a bad look in the sense that you are a multi-platinum rapper. And what are you trying to gain by posting yourself giving $20 to 8 kids who sell water bottles? I didn't understand it.
I think in Meek's mind, I think Meek was looking at it as these kids is probably from the trenches, from the bottoms. $20 is that's a good, if you find $20 on any given day, especially if you're down bad, that turn your whole day around. Your spirit is lifted. You start smiling, skipping and jumping. And so he was just like, it's a dub. And so he probably in his mind, formulated it as a good look, not realizing, number one, it's 8 of them. So how are they supposed to split this dub? Because mathematically, that don't even come out to an even number. Now they in the corners, they in the gas station trying to figure out how the taxes for each item that they want. That's just too much. I'm also a big person of not counting people's pockets. not telling people what to do with their bread, particularly the rich. The only time I really am and care about us being in the richest pockets and caring about what they do with their bread is making sure they pay their taxes and raising the taxes on them. And that is because that is what's most economically proficient for the nation. But regardless of outside of that, I'm not the person who's, oh my God, you know, you donated 10,000. That's like $10 to you. Okay, but it's like 10,000 to the people I donated it to. So that I'm not big on that. But I agree that the problem here, I feel like the what's worse than him giving all of them $20 was the fact that he's the reason we know because he posted it.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. That's
I
stupid.
was watching it and I didn't know like it was me the whole time. I was just looking at the inside of the car and I was just like, for a car that nice, why you ain't giving more than $20? And that was just the thought I had. And I'm like, I don't know who this man is. I don't know what he got. He probably ain't had that much cash on him. I don't know. But it's like, personally, I don't see an issue with the fact that he just gave $20. Because if they're giving people, there's probably like way more people than he's helped than any of us know. You feel me? Like a lot of other people in that type of situation, he probably done helped in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Probably done gave so and so much, and it's like changed their life around, and now they're doing this, that, and the third. You could attribute that to Meek Mill. So like, why would I just dog him simply because of the fact that he gave $20 to 8 kids? I understand the issue with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you all four of us have driven around Metro Atlanta and in the city. So y'all know, like when folks just come up to your window, it's like sometimes you probably just ain't got that to give. Like how many of them kids got cash app? Like that he could just be like, yo, each of them
They've given me cash app before. I got the cash apps.
you feel me? And it's but
Yes, cash app here. I was just down there like 3 weeks ago, and I said, "I'm sorry, bro, I have no cash." He said, "Give my cash app," and I cashed
Stop. Stop. Like I'm gonna sit there and cash app you right then, so you can just no. I
That's the
told
red
you.
light. That's the red light. Yes. Ralph.
also, was he at a red light or was he like at a where was he? Like
Cash at me.
I was turning onto Ralph David Abernathy. I was at the red light. You know, it's like a swarm of them that be coming through, flooding all up in between the cars. And I just rolled my window down and said, "I don't have that much cash." He said, "Cash at me." So I cash apped him. I
But
appreciate
why do you even engage them? You don't know somebody might do something to you.
No, because I love
They homeless, not evil.
Oh, okay.
They're like 12-year-old boys. They're so I love it. It's fun.
I think
I'm not.
we live in a society where it didn't matter how much money Meek gave, it probably still wouldn't been enough. Like, cause somebody would be like, "Oh, you only gave them $100." Like, and I really don't like that about our society because just what was it yesterday or the day before? Cardi was saying, "Should I buy this $86,000 purse?" And I mean, $86,000 to Cardi B is probably not what $86,000 is to us. You know what I'm saying? So people were all up in. I mean, was it might have been I don't want to say insensitive, but kind of read the room because we're in a pandemic. Some people are not working, some people losing their homes, not their homes, but their
But it's
apartments
her
or whatever.
Twitter though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
I think that one, like, it was funny, but like it's my Twitter. If I want to tweet about the $86,000 purse I might buy, I have every right to do that.
that's a fact.
If you don't want to see rich tweets, unfollow rich
Follow-
people.
It's a lot.
Exactly.
I'm really more convinced that now more than any other time in human history, people hate their lives. So
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
the reason they
It was hating their lives in the 50s.
I know they was. I'm talking about now more than ever because you have so much on the internet, social media, everything we watch in movies, dang near every TV show is trying to show you or paint a life that is fictional, but you know what I'm saying? People assume that that's the way it's supposed to be. Like I remember talking to some when I went to Middle Tennessee. I remember talking to this girl who said she simply wanted to move to Atlanta because she watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was like these are how my friends are. So like I kind of want to go there and like live down there. I was like, respectively, I didn't say nothing because it was other people in the room and I didn't want to make her feel bad.
She's delusional.
So I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like, you know, one of them live literally that neighborhood is Rashida lives on this street. One of my friends dated her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Kelsey rode the bus with me.
Like, bro,
She used to sit in front of me.
It's so crazy. And they try to assume, I guess everybody just assumed that this geographical location has some sort of magic in the air that when they step into it, into whatever veil they left from and into this, it just is gonna fix their life.
It's because we open.
Immediately become a celebrity. They gonna find a rapper and they gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like people assume
I'm not gonna lie, it's easy to find a rapper here.
it is easy to
More than any other city. The rappers in Atlanta be choosing. Like the girls be choosing, but these rappers here be choosing.
You not lying. So
I know regular girls with rappers.
You know, it's very plausible. You know what I'm saying?
Right
but
now.
It's like they I'm not gonna lie. I think I might. I know some that have been with rappers, if I'm not mistaken.
I know a girl getting on a flight today with a rapper.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's different out here in Atlanta.
That's crazy.
If you come to Atlanta for a rapper, like if you like your goal is to tag a rapper, then Atlanta's your best place. For sure. Because also, even though you could get one in LA, something about Atlanta, it's just in the culture. This comment's about to be a bit crass. I'm sorry. But protection don't exist here. So it's way easier to get knocked up by a rapper in Atlanta too.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to have that ticket, come here. Anything else, we full.
Random. Did y'all see Kanye West, the Sunday Service Choir, is suing him for $1 million?
I did see that.
What is
Say
that?
what? Say that again.
The Kanye West Sunday Service Choir is suing him for $1 million for unpaid wages.
Are you serious?
Real.
They want their money.
When has Ye ever paid the people who work for him?
Now, is it $1 million each? Because it was like 75 of them, or is it $1 million?
I thought it was $1 million total.
Oh,
No, it's $1 million total. Yeah.
oh, okay. That's all they want.
That's like
If they,
That's how all they made.
I'm about to say
That's all they made.
I mean,
I
Or
don't know.
maybe
I
that's
don't
all
even
they
really know. Yeah, that's probably just like what they each from whatever their contracts are. That's probably just like the grand total of what they're all missing of like what they should have been paid. And that seems that makes sense to me. But at the same time, it's like it looked like $1 million between 70 people to us, but like it's one person like needing like 65, 75K. If somebody owed me 65,000. Suing would be my second option because my first is I'm at the door with that 40 open up.
I need that.
So
That.
I get it. Speaking of Kanye not paying or supporting people who work for him, Tiana Taylor has announced her retirement from music.
Yeah.
Which is extremely sad.
I don't really think she's retiring though. I just think she wants to be independent, so she's, wanting to get away from.
You can't just get out your deal by claiming retirement, though, can you?
No, you can't.
Oh.
It's not like basketball or other sports. It's like if you retire, most labels probably won't be like douches and be like, the money you owe us, you need to keep, like, you need to do something to pay us back. Now, some might, but in general, they probably won't. But if you do decide, I'm coming back, you're not independent now. If your label, at least if your contract is determined by production. Some contracts are determined by time. It's a 7-year contract. Then at the end of those 7 years, technically you're independent. But most contracts are based on production, the number of albums you do and probably number of tours you do. And so with that, if you have 2 albums left in your contract and you retire and then 8 years later decide I want to drop an album, it's still got our print on it, brother.
I feel
Even
like
if you funded it independently.
underappreciated.
She did. She cited like not feeling supported as like her number one reason for leaving music.
Which
Not feeling supported?
Yeah,
Tiana Taylor?
by her label specifically.
Tiana
Tiana Taylor's career has been
like on
her fans support her. Both of her albums have been heavily supported. Keep That Same Energy and the album. The issue has been all of the hoops that she's had to leap through being signed to good music for this past decade. Plus, really.
10 years?
Yeah. Because when you think about it, Tiana Taylor has 2 albums out. Keep That Same Energy and the album. Tiana Taylor's been famous since she was 16.
Yeah.
Why does she have 2 albums out?
That's crazy. And then isn't it like she didn't hear the first album until it came out because Kanye like switched the whole thing?
Yeah. Keep That Same Energy was supposed to have more songs on it, but he was doing his one album each week, 7 tracks. And so she found out the album was 7 songs when it came out, and she looked and saw 7 songs on Keep That Same Energy.
That's crazy.
He chose the songs, he did the arrangements, all of that. And she was very upset about it and was very vocal about that, which is why in turn we get the album, which is 20-something songs. But once again, there's just there's a lack of support very clearly. And it's definitely a Kanye issue because Big Sean has alluded to all of the same things. Sci-Hi has had that same issue for all of being signed there. We know that that plays a role in why Currency and Ye had beef. Now they're not beefing anymore and are back together. But yeah.
Well, even
the issue is though.
Kanye. I just said that.
I know, but I'm like, what is his issue?
He's
Kanye.
Yeah, but
period. That's it, right?
That's like an 8-part question. I can't even.
Such a loaded question.
He might be narcissistic too.
Might be.
But even Pusha said he wanted his album to be longer, even though Daytona is a classic album. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure. And he's saying his new album is being produced exclusively by Pharrell what he say?
Pharrell needs to pay police.
What's Pharrell's group?
NERD.
Them and Kanye West.
So it's Chad, Hugo, Pharrell, and Ye.
Yeah.
The production is going to be great, and Push is a great rapper, so that's probably going to be a great album.
Yeah.
I love Pharrell, but unpopular opinion, or maybe popular, he needs to stop releasing his own songs.
yes, he does.
They all suck.
Very popular. Just stick to producing, my guy.
Yeah, his songs are terrible.
Just stick to producing. What was while we were gone, Jim Jones and Fresh Montana
Squash their beef.
Yeah, what was their beef though?
Yeah, what was the beef?
I just realized this the other day because I remember when we were talking about it personally, and I was like, I don't know why they were beefing. I just know they were beefing for a long time. It probably stemmed from the Jim Jones Max B beef, and I know, like, I remember that because I saw a thing where Max B said he has no more beef with Jim Jones, but Jim Jones said he still has beef with Max B, even though he doesn't have beef with French anymore. But French loves Max B so much, we know their relationship and their connection. And Jim Jones and Max B were beefing when Max B was free. Like, they were out. They had rapper beef. So
that's funny because this headline right here is
read it because my eyes.
Jim Jones is planning to work with Max B when he's released from prison. F Max B.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because Jim Jones and Max B, the songs that I only know one song by them, but apparently according to Twitter, all their songs together are really good.
Well, that's unfortunate.
But yeah, so that's probably how how Capo and French ended up beefing. And shouts out to them for squashing it, but also nobody was checking for it. So
nobody. Well, if you're not aware of the Max B situation, then you wouldn't know.
Exactly. Speaking of Jim Jones, though, I would really want a Dipset G Unit battle, but I don't think we're gonna get it.
Like a versus?
Yeah.
Isn't
I would
Joel,
love it. I'd be super lit the whole time, but it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
isn't Joel's in jail right now?
No, he's
I thought he got out.
Well,
He's all
He got back out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joel's is out.
Didn't he like propose to his girlfriend right before he got indicted?
Yes, he did.
married. They're married now.
Shout out to them. At
right.
least
Sure
they're married.
did.
He was
That's a
like,
very New York thing.
not
That's a
going
very
no-
New York thing. I'm about to serve a sentence. I'm gonna make my girl my wife.
Well,
It's like every New York, not
All
even
the time.
rapper, just New York dudes do it.
I'm clear.
so I guess that's what it's gonna take for Fab to propose to her.
Emily.
For him. For him
I
to
seen a tweet the other day.
Beating her.
I seen a tweet yesterday because y'all know the statements for G Herbo or whatever, like for him to get bond and be able to travel. They've revealed that Taina's pregnant and that they're engaged.
Right.
And I seen somebody tweet, "That's crazy how she gonna get married before her
for her
mom."
mom.
And I fell out. I fell out.
That is hilarious, but that's a fact though. But speaking of staying in the versus vein, we do have one that is announced that is coming this Saturday, I believe. Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
Now, I think Ashanti might be the bigger artist, but I think Keisha Cole is about to.
You said Ashanti. I disagree.
No,
Worldwide, Ashanti's definitely bigger
yeah,
than
she's
Keisha Cole.
bigger, but Keisha Cole's records, I think, in a versus is going. I think Keisha Cole personally is going to win.
I
think it's gonna come down to preference. I tweeted this. I think they have so many records that are like really close that whichever one you like more is who you're gonna score that dub to that round, and it's gonna probably be about 8-10. I predict at least 8 rounds of matchups like that. So that make or breaks who wins in my eyes. And so whoever, I feel like it's gonna be the most split result amongst people. Like when we're on Twitter and Instagram afterwards, I don't think, a lot of people like, you can think of so many verses going in, they had a prediction or who they like more or whatever, but they had to just admit objectively on the other side that person won or this person edged it. I think the Black social media community is going to be arguing about this one until the next versus.
Yeah, I can agree. I just think them Ja Rule records is not going to hit the same if he not there to perform them.
I don't know, man, because a lot of people might go as far as to say them Ja Rule records ain't the same without Ashanti on them.
Well, that might be a fact.
And if I'm Ashanti, I'm playing all of the J-Lo Ja Rule records too, because them is my songs.
But hey, Keisha got Missy records though.
Which folks, I don't
Keisha got them
knowing, man. Keisha got hits. Like
Keisha has hits. Like
Keisha got hits. And Keisha has deeper hits. Like Ashanti's hits are hits, but Keisha got hits that make you feel. So if that gives an edge to you, you're gonna be leaning to Keisha throughout the night.
Have survived the one test that all music goes up against, and it's time.
Yep.
Keisha has them songs that once you hear them first couple notes, you like, oh, you get to you know what I'm saying? Like, you get to hitting that.
Sorry.
Stop.
I know Jada gonna be playing her remote at the TV.
No, when I should cheated him on, Jada gonna be like,
Jada, maybe can that be in no vicinity next to her?
You got to be in a whole different state.
You do not leave him. You cannot sit there and sing the songs that loud to him because he's still there.
I agree. And this ain't the first time. This like the 9th.
Like you wasting your energy at this point.
At this point, go do it. Get it off your chest, brother. If you're gonna sing the lyrics, put them to use, because I don't need to hear it. Like if I'm Baby, this ain't just like him cheat. I always think about this. No, both with celebrities and just people in general now, because with social media, I know whenever somebody cheats on somebody, because she gonna talk about it on her story and in her tweets or whatever. But nobody like is cheating just the amount they get caught.
course.
That's
The
what
only
happened.
people who are cheating on the amount their partner knows are the people who confess. They come and they lay it out. I slept with her 3 times. I slept with him once. Everybody who gets caught, what you know as the partner is not 100%. This man been caught before the world at least 5 times.
I remember I caught Offset just being in the same gym. Like we went to Ashton was at that game. Ashton, I'm pretty sure I know you remember the game we went to where the Migos performed. They played the Wizards.
Oh, the Hawks game? Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh,
know
when they
you,
recorded at halftime?
bro.
Yeah.
It was
That was years ago.
That was so long ago.
Hey, you snitching, bro.
This is before. Anybody.
Yeah, no, he wasn't married to Cardi then, though.
He wasn't married yet.
He wasn't.
They weren't married yet. But I remember watching him. I had saw this.
I remember that.
Get up, walk to the tunnel, and he did what every dude does when they about to go get out. He hopped up, pulled his pants up, and hit that walk. Like you saw it in his face. I was just like, yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna mind my business. You know what I'm saying?
Not at the Hawks game.
Everybody on the floor did the same thing. I'm sure everybody in the bar who saw him did the same thing. I know she did because I ain't see her in the news no time soon. You know what
Real
I'm
one.
saying? That's facts. And I'm not gonna lie, she was bad. She was bad. So it wasn't like I'm just. And how can I can't tell. What I'm gonna do? Hey yo, I'm at a Hawks game right now. I just want to let you know the type of man you dating. No, I'm playing.
So, do y'all have any predictions for the versus? Any score predictions?
You shouldn't fold.
What's the score, Drew?
Girl.
Who got the hotline?
Sorry.
Ashton Hotline.
How many
Bling.
rounds?
It's 20.
Tonight.
That's hilarious.
I got Keisha
got
11-8.
Your line is so high, it's in everybody's screen now, Ashton.
I got 11-9.
I got 11-9.
You said it's 20 rounds.
Oh yeah.
20, right?
Yeah, I got 12-8. Keisha.
12-8 Keisha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Keisha.
I have Keisha too. I don't have a number, but I think
Number 3 on.
I'm gonna side. I'm gonna be the contrarian for contrarian's sake, and I'm gonna say 11-9 Ashanti. I think the
I'm not
way
mad at
she
that,
wins is in a very, very close one.
I'm not mad at
The
that.
only way she wins is what?
In a very, very close one, like by 1 or 2 at the most. But yeah, I'll take 11-9 Ashanti.
Ashanti gonna beat Keisha.
I don't know, but I just wanted to give her at least one person from the YSO podcast. And it's a week for upsets. The Steelers lost to the Washington football team. You know,
What time is the
Duke
versus?
got destroyed by.
Listen.
You know, it's a week for upsets. It's Saturday at 8. I think all the verses are at 8.
They always late though, so just tune in.
Just hop on Instagram.
why isn't it tomorrow?
It's the 12th.
Is it always on Saturday? It's not always on Saturday.
I don't
They vary the days, but I think they try to do Saturday a lot.
It's Sundays a lot, and sometimes during the week. Thursday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mm.
They do Sunday too.
Y'all got any verses y'all want to see? I mean, we've talked about this, but I mean, like,
Plug versus people. That's it.
That's very Atlanta.
That is definitely one I want to see.
I want to see Cam Mace or
we
Cam
getting that
Thorne.
pastor all the way out of here.
You think so?
Yes, we're getting the pastor out of there.
I want to see Fat Joe go up against somebody.
Mm.
Who would be good for that?
Who would you go?
I don't know.
For me, it's always hard to think of things outside of a region. So the moment I think of one artist, I would think like, who else in their region do I want to see them up against? Because sometimes the varying, like the difference in sounds, like I saw somebody say Outkast and Mobb Deep. That the winner of that may just be whose sound you like more. If you like down south more or up north more. So I try to keep it regions, even though Outkast would beat Mobb Deep just because of hits.
But
Not saying Mobb Deep doesn't have them, but
yeah,
I
that's very
think
reachable.
a producer versus though.
another producer one.
Yeah.
I want to see Pharrell go up against somebody.
Who is Pharrell go against?
Missy Elliott
Pharrell Missy could be cool.
or Busta Missy. I think that those are two.
It's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Because they've said it 1,000 times. They're like it's a mirror match. There's no point in them doing it.
That would be amazing, though.
It would.
Fun to watch.
That would be one of those ones just for us to be lit. But like,
Yeah, like the people would win. We don't really care.
yeah.
This ain't a competition right now. This is a concert.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We got 80
But I
songs
mean,
together.
and at its core, it is still a competition.
Me, like as a
The
person.
Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle wasn't no competition.
I didn't.
That was just a feel good night.
I mean, that's the vibe. But I'm saying, like,
That was a vibe.
Mhm.
Kirk and Fred was a vibe too.
yeah.
Kirk,
I want to see 50 versus somebody.
Who?
Who is 50?
50.
50.
I think most people are scared to go against him in a
He
verse.
said game. He said game.
The game?
Yeah.
That would be great, but Game would lose.
Exactly. And then he'll be mad and he would talk
And
about
I think the Game is someone who's so good, he deserves to win his verses if he doesn't.
Or maybe the game if Fat Joe. No.
I think the Game would win that.
Or the game is Snoop. Oh no, Snoop wouldn't get somebody, didn't he?
Snoop did DMX.
Yeah.
that was
I feel
good.
like Luda is the only person from like that same type of time.
Luda would get a lot.
50?
Luda just did
Nah,
Nelly.
I
though.
was 50.
Yeah,
I was 50.
Luda killed Nelly.
Fat Joe.
Of
Fat Joe. Like when I hear
I
when
think
I
Luda
when
would
I-
get Fat Joe up out of here too.
Yeah, I think Luda could win Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe would probably have the moment of the verses, though.
Yeah.
Most def.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think most rappers are scared of 50, man.
Most definitely. Aside from Future and Thug, though, I don't really.
No, I'm talking about when it comes to the verses.
I would
T.I. said he wasn't, but I don't know. I think T.I. was
I
overshooting.
think it would be.
with the 50
I'm not gonna
thing.
lie. I think it would be a good. I think that would be entertaining for two reasons.
T.I. 50?
Because both of their because both of their fan bases are like T.I. fans are really like T.I. Like
I think
just
he
how,
would fight.
fans really love Gucci and like hate Jeezy. Like
Yeah.
they love Tip and it's just like Tip is the guy. You feel me? Like that is the king of Atlanta, no matter what. And like I understand it. I could definitely understand it. And like over his catalog, you can't tell me that he doesn't have songs that can't compete.
I think he would
No,
fight.
for sure.
There are definitely-
T-
there's
I think
definitely
T.I. would
knockout
put up a
rappers
fight
that
for sure.
You know what I'm
I do
saying?
think he would still lose to 50. And I think when versus matchups get like announced, or when like I'm thinking of them in my head, the number one thing I think of is how many unbeatables does this person have for the person they're going against, right? And I think T.I. in front of 50 has like 1. And I think 50 in front of T.I. has like 5.
Oh, you was generous. I was generous.
I want to see Lil Wayne go up against somebody.
I do too, but Wayne's
That's what
getting
I'm
Wayne's getting anybody who's not Jay or Drake out of there.
I don't think he'd get Kanye out of here.
I do.
Oh, that would be the real. I want
Get
that
him
now.
out of there, but I think he'll edge it out.
He's not getting.
Jay?
He's not getting Kanye out.
I think Ye would win that too, actually.
He's not.
Um,
Kanye. Ye, I think Ye would win, and it wouldn't be a landslide because Wayne got like what is Ye gonna play when Wayne plays a Millie? Like I'm running around my house when that comes on, but
For sure.
like you know what I'm saying? They both have those type of records.
I think the thing with Wayne that would be his downfall against anyone is Wayne has so many that he's not aware of his top 20. Wayne is so removed from the scene.
Yeah.
Someone else would have to curate his 20. Because if he's like, this is the playlist, he could lose simply off of not playing the right songs.
And
He
he
could
has
get
so
up there and
many
be like, oh yeah, I didn't play Lollipop.
Yeah, so many features. And then he got mixtape hits too. Like,
Yeah.
And that's, I think he would play mixtape joints, and he end up playing so many of them. He don't play a record like Lollipop, a record like he would play a Millie. He ain't a fool, but
Drop the word.
you know.
Oh my god.
And then he also might like try and like show off the versatility. So he'll do the How to Loves and the She
You
Wills.
don't want to hear that, Wayne.
They're
You don't want
hits.
to hear that.
Well, I would,
But
if I hear that,
you put those up against a Yay round.
I love Rockstar Wayne.
I mean, you could play Drop the World,
Yeah.
but the rest of that album probably wouldn't work for verses. It's a good album.
What was the song with Rick Ross?
John?
Yeah.
That's a different album, ain't it?
That's not that's Rebirth. That's
John's on Rebirth?
I don't know.
No, it's
Pointed at you into that.
I think John's on like Carter 4 or I'm Not a Human Being or something like that. That man got too many albums.
I'm thinking a lot.
He got too many albums. Sheesh.
John is on what? Carter 4.
Yeah, I figured it was on Carter 4.
Hold up. Is it? Yep, it is. But yeah. And then Kendrick and Cole, I would love to see that. I don't know who would.
I would love it.
But we would win.
Facts. I don't even care who wins. I just get to see them in the same room.
Yeah.
And yelling.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Why haven't we gotten the album yet?
I'm upset because if there was any point in time for them to do a joint album, this year would have been the year.
Nah, 2016 was the dang year. Amazing. That was the year that was live.
Drew, like they 4 years too late.
I mean, I agree with you, Christian, in the sense of they're probably at the least busy they've ever been this year.
Touring.
I will also say that they're both family men, so they probably were like, I'm not risking my family to record an album with him. Love you though.
Both of them was that way towards each other.
But you gotta have Elite gotta be there and Ali gotta be there. Probably Soundwave. They gotta bring their families because they can't just be away from their families.
T-Minus might be there
Do
too.
a bubble like everybody else.
Yeah, T-Minus gotta be there.
Yeah, you're right.
Musa probably.
You're right. Eve would probably be there too. Hop in and out.
Oh, Eve would definitely be there curating. Dave would probably pop in. And all of these men have kids.
They robbed us. They robbed the culture of greatness.
Yeah.
I think I'll never forget them.
I mean, they gave us the best they gave us was switching beats that one Thanksgiving.
That now, who do y'all think won that?
The Black Fridays?
Yes.
It's hard for me to call because I've listened to Cole's more because I felt like Cole's was more listenable or replayable. But Kendrick went stupid, so I've never really called a winner on that.
Yeah,
I'm biased.
Thought about it, and
I'm biased. I got Cole winning it. Just I'm biased though.
I have to go listen to those again now.
I'm going to.
I should.
Now, have all of you heard "Knock the Hustle"?
Yes.
Cause featuring J.
Yes.
Cole. Does he have, besides Sacrifices, does he have a better two verses than those two verses that he? Okay. To me, in my opinion, those are the best two verses I've ever heard that man rap in my life.
Yeah, those are the best Cole verses. I put Sacrifices in there, for sure. But yeah, Can't Knock the Hustle. He did everything.
Left Earth. It's on Cause and Effect. Did you listen to the Day 26 album?
They have an album?
No, I said the old
not a new one. Yeah.
No.
You ain't listened to it? Ashton, that's a classic album.
Boy, I thought they got a reunited something.
No. After we were singing exclusive that one night, I sent it to Ashton so she could listen to it.
I'm finna sample it all.
Auntie, is it about that time? Do we have to wrap up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, well, we can end it on the good note. Jeremiah did get out of the hospital after his bout with COVID.
And then went straight to the barber.
It was funny. I seen a post that said, so you got out of the hospital and went to the barber with no mask?
No mask.
Oh, my God.
He said he beat it, man.
I thought that was hilarious.
But no mask, though. Really?
He said he beat
You
it.
don't know if he showed up with one and took it off. His beard was lined up. You feel me? He can't have a mask on and get lined up. You feel me? So
As someone who just got lined
that's
up, I
the only
agree.
reason-
Fair point.
you know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I was like, man, chill on that man, because we don't know. This is still shot. This after, like, this is after. We don't know how he showed up. All we know is that
Yeah, and it's sometimes I'll be out. It's sometimes I'll be out. I'm masked up the whole time. For the pictures, they like, we want to see faces. I take a deep breath, drop it. I'm not taking in none of y'all fumes.
that boy hit the microphone.
So you see me, oh, I unmasked. I wasn't even breathing.
That man said I wouldn't even breathe.
Name popping out his forehead.
He ain't taking nobody droplets. None.
Nah, it'd be the worst when they be like, all right, one more. You be like, man, I'm holding my breath.
But your breath is, so you say that in your head because you like, I'm holding my breath, but I can't say I'm holding my breath.
Right.
Oh, right there.
I know I get told to take my mask off too for pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, before we end, December 15th starts early voting in Georgia.
Yes, sir. We need them seats.
Let's get to the polls, people. We got the
Vote
two
your
congressional
ass off.
seats, 2 Senate seats that we got to vote for.
Ossoff and
Ossoff and the Reverend, the good Reverend.
Yes, I fight
One-
for one.
Just
One
get
off.
David Perdue out of there. Just get him out of there.
Yeah, we don't need no more grand wizardry
there.
in the Senate.
Or white women just trying to protect their privilege.
Kelly, what's her name?
Kelly Loeffler.
Loeffler. Who actually went to Warnoff's church and said spoke and said she wanted to come back, and now she's saying all this stuff about her.
That's the game of politics.
That's politics.
Kamala Harris said on national television, Joe Biden, you are a racist, and then became his VP. That's how you watch Power. What they doing? It ain't no different. That's really how they maneuver it in this politics world.
Or scandal.
Yeah,
and I
scandal.
want them
And
to
a black
stop sending me texts. I'm tired. They had the nerve to send me a text with my address in it.
Pause.
That's when I lost it.
Pause.
Like, how you gonna text me my address? What are you doing?
Pause. I have to read this real quick. This is a text I got today from them voting people. Yo, fam, this is Tavon from Black Male Voter Project. Early voting begins next week, Monday, December 14th. We are just texting to see how you are planning to vote. Reply stop to opt out of future messages.
Nah,
You know how many times I done stopped?
No funny. I got one right before we went live. No funny. I deleted it though, so I can't read mine. But that's
I got one too. 6:54 p.m. We got the same message probably from Michelle with NEA. I'm like, if y'all don't, everybody out on one old lady, I had to tell her that was the day they text me my address. I was hot. I said to her, I know this is not your fault, but they need to stop. I have told them to stop taking me. I've told them what I'm going to the polls. I put stop on all of these things and they still texting me. Different people's numbers is texting me and they text me my home address. What if that would have went to somebody else's number? You don't text out somebody's home address like that. That's got to be breaking some type of law. Ain't that some, you know how they have the HIPAA law with medical? Ain't that breaking some kind of law?
it ain't HIPAA.
It ain't HIPAA, but I'm just saying, how you gonna text my home address out to somebody? That could have went to anybody.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I think it's more electronic based. So like if your name is in a database, your number and your address is along with that name. So if they're texting your number, they're gonna text your name, your address.
But what if I got rid of that number 2 days ago? You know what I'm saying?
And you wouldn't have got
Somebody else got my number.
There's not a dead period for when you start using the number.
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's against. Don't text my address out to me or to nobody
I
else.
agree. That is.
Yeah, I was like, "Are y'all serious?" And the old lady got it. I was like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I know it's not you, but something's wrong with this picture. That should not be done." She said, "I'll put it in the notes. Everybody else that I've been telling, I'm coming to the polls, whatever. They ain't put it in the notes because I want them to stop texting me. And the mail, the money they spending on this mail."
I've always talked about this. I think we talked about it before on the show. How when things are just happening in life, the male people just know. You a senior in high school, all of the mail from every college ever. Voting is about to happen, mail galore. Like
They spending a ton of money on
What
on
male gods
on
are
this mail.
responsible for this?
Like we both get tons of mail every day for voting.
Wait a minute. Y'all
Huh.
remember
And who
Devo?
has ever been not gonna vote, then got one of those and was like, I'm gonna go hit the polls?
They
Devo
said, "Oh,
just
you
passed
need to
away.
do your absentee ballot. Come on, if they got it partially filled out with my information." So I'm like, you know what, y'all are something else.
Tommy Tiny Lister passes away at 62.
Who?
The
Devo?
guy that plays Devo.
Debo.
Oh,
There's no
No,
immediate word on
Devo.
the cause of death, but he was reportedly found unresponsive today in his South California apartment.
oh,
Posted on any updates. This was
Oh wait,
posted on-
Emmanuel. Sean Jackson sent the same text over. He said he got this today. Yo, fam. This is Shantiqua. Is that who you said it was?
No, mine was
Okay, Shantiqua from
His name
Black
is-
Male Voter Project.
I literally got one this afternoon at like
Lord have mercy.
from Andy.
Sean, we see you. Crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild, bro.
Y'all spending too much money on that.
2020 ain't letting up.
Two
It's
legends.
not.
Two legends.
Man, rest in peace,
Oh,
Debo, man.
And, yes, and then the young lady from she also played in one of the Fridays, right? And then she played
Yeah.
in the part.
and Bap, and no, Bap. Medea's,
No,
She went in the Parkers? No.
no.
Eve movie with
no. She most known for Baps and then
Oh
one of the Medeas.
yeah. That was sad to hear. She had cancer,
Yeah.
Yeah, colon cancer.
The same cancer that Chadwick had.
and she kept it a secret too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which I think is the way to go because people are so cool and they just be all up in your business and nosy.
and people
Wow.
Yeah, it's different times with social media, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like back in the day, that wicked thing that you would say when you found so whatever to your family. Now you tweet it to the world.
under the
And
guy like it's the internet, so it's like I don't really mean this, but in actuality you do.
Yeah, internet culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell. So when's our next show?
The
December
24th
24th,
of December,
also known as Christmas Eve.
we lit.
So we're gonna do a holiday show. What we gonna do? Play some tune? Well, we can't do that. Facebook shut us down. YouTube too.
Yeah, I was gonna say YouTube.
So we
I
will
wonder how
we'll
they
get back.
do that. Do they like screen every video to know that you're playing copyrighted music?
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Wow.
They'll mute it in a minute.
That's
IG Live too. IG Live is bad because they have no discretion. So if you're in, like, say I'm the City Girls, and I'm playing the City Girls music, they'll still try to cut me off for copyright. It's like, this is my music.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And I only know this because JT on her birthday, when she was live, and they like every once in a while it would kick her off, and she'd be like, they need to stop kicking me off. And they was listening to their music.
Mm.
well, technically they don't own their music, but you know.
So we'll be back Christmas Eve, and we'll be coming to you live and in color. And until then, you guys give y'all handles and all that good stuff so we can sign off for the night. Thank all of our guests for coming on tonight. Those that were on YouTube, anybody that was here for the first time, Facebook, thank y'all so much for holding us down. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, so we signing off. The team's gonna do their thing.
Okay.
Should I go ahead?
On Instagram and Twitter at Ashton Gage with 2 S's at the end.
You can follow me at my shoe everywhere.
Say what, Drew?
You can follow me at _skip to my shoe everywhere.
Okay.
That's it.
Wait. Wait, hold that up there. Let me give you a solo. Bam.
At _CB03 on Instagram. I gotta charge my phone. And then at Coach _Buck on Twitter.
All right.
And then on Facebook is my first and last name, but I don't be on there. So, you know. This is Jake from State Farm signing off. Not wearing khakis though.
All right.
For
I can't get this.
my lord. My Instagram is Lions _Emmanuel _ and also the Even Saint. But I'm probably going to be not in very soon, but I feel like going into 2021 I want to change that up a bit. So be on the lookout. Might change my Instagram names because I feel like it. And on Twitter, it's RIP Lions, and Facebook, Saint Even, and that's it. Yeah.
Well, all righty. You can find me at Amber Ann Lyons on Facebook, Amber Lyons on Instagram, or Nzinga L from Pain to Purpose on Instagram, from Pain to Purpose on Facebook. You Speak Out Podcasts, YSO, it's YSO Podcasts on Instagram, and YSO _podcasts on Twitter. And our website is www.FromPainToPurpose.net, www.FromPainToPurpose.net, and our Healing Pain Through the Art Facebook group. So you have a myriad of ways of getting in touch with us. So we are going to close out our show tonight. Thank you everybody. We'll be back on Christmas Eve, December 24th. Until then, you guys go out and vote, hit those polls heavy. Don't leave no stones unturned, because you know how they try, they don't want to count Georgia 50 times, but it's still the same. So make your voice count, and be safe in these streets. The numbers are spiking for COVID-19. So everybody, please stay safe, be safe, and take the Lord with you everywhere you go. And we signing out. Until next time, YSO Podcast. Peace out.
FYP Production.
She fell in love with the bad guy, but she loves my intentions. And nothing feels better than the moment we're sinning, no. Nothing feels better than the moment we're kissing. I'll say I'll love her for forever, in the morning forget her. She was raised under money, growing up she couldn't see the poor. Save my number in her phone under me or more. Look me in my eyes and ask what I need her for. So in this game of life she just might keep a score. And darkness is clouding my judgment. Marijuana clouds cause the loud is so pungent. But me, I haven't touched a drug since that Trader White. I live my life before the fight like I'm Dana White. The block is hot like that boy band with Nick Lachey. Hold my heart in your hands like a Fabergé. Precious. We was young, dumb, and reckless, living like the devil couldn't catch us. Life